outage. Can you believe it? I'll just start over just in case you didn't hear me. We have a power outage. So I went back to the apartment to do my 12:30 on a Wednesday call, and it's dead over there. So our modem is not working. So I had to come here to the outdoor area of the pool and all that stuff. And yeah, I'm definitely not trying to rub it in that we're on holidays. Okay. I hope you're all well. Let's see if it's working. Yeah, it seems to be working fine over there. So let me know who is joining me today. Hello, everybody in the Academy. This is our regular 12:30 call on a Wednesday now. Of course, we used to do 1 o'clock, but now it's 12:30. So I'll do a lesson. Next week, we'll be back to doing some more thinking into result stuff. This week is our last week of the Magic Book. We decided, and to much fanfare, actually, people are really enjoying it. People who've been in the Academy now for a few months are enjoying going through the 28 days and bringing gratitude more into their life. So we're on the home stretch now. Today is day 24. Tomorrow, I believe Megan is going to be taking you guys at 8 a.m. through day 25. And then Friday is day 26. Saturday, Megan's also going to help us out because I'll be traveling home Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'll do the last day. So it's all nearly there. It's amazing. And I think it's probably my 4th or 5th time through this book. And going through this book again, I really enjoyed it because I remember I started to realize just how much I use each of them. The magic dust, the relationships one, the breathing one I'd forgotten about, to be honest. The magic check for sure. I have a magic check belonging to a client. I look forward to sending it back to her in the next few months. €100,000 check I got in the post one day from somebody. Isn't that nice? And I'm going to be sending it back to her when she has achieved it. So the magic checks are powerful. The magic money, I'm grateful for. I have that one. I was actually doing my Wim Hof method this morning, and I started being grateful because today is a day. It's December the 17th, and you pay and file your taxes in October, or the deadline day is the 17th. So I had a business partner a couple of years ago, and we were just working through some stuff, and it just between all the different jigs in the reel that's taken right up until the day. So today's the day I'm paying it, and I was like, I am so grateful because it's a sign of success. You know, as June said before, remember the days when we used to get cash back, or what was it like? We'd get a tax refund because we'd overpaid because, you know, our income wasn't high. And I was like, yeah. She goes, a big tax bill is a sign of success. I was like, you're right, you know. So these kind of things, being grateful for money, I definitely am. Because you remember writing how grateful you were across the bills that you had. Remember that? Across the bills and the invoices you got from the electricity company. I'm grateful for the electricity that helped me to cook my meals and heat my home. So going through the book again, I realized how much gratitude is part of my life. It's a question that you get a lot, actually. You'll probably find it yourself now. It's like, do you practice gratitude? You'll start to hear people ask you more about gratitude as well now that you've done it. So I hope everything's going okay. I can see that I'm on the stream and that it seems to be going well. So let's hope it is. All right. So day 24 is the magic wand. Have you ever wished you had a magic wand so that you could just wave your wand and help people that you love? Well, today's magical practice will show you how you can use life's real magic wand to help others. When you fervently want to help another person, you have immense power. When you direct that power with gratitude, you really do have a magic wand that can help people that will help people that you care about. Energy flows where attention goes. And so if you direct your energy and your gratitude towards another person, this is where the energy goes. This is the very reason why Jesus said, thank you before he performed miracles. Gratitude is an invisible but a real force of energy. That, coupled with the energy of your desire, is just like having a magic wand. Now, that's a very important question, desire. Why is that important? Desire it does something to like the chemistry of the body. It helps us to change our vibration. Gratitude does as well. And a great gentleman called Dr. Joe Dispenza gets people now in his seminars to wear like a rubber thing, like a swimming hat, and it's got all these probes coming out of it. So they're actually they're mapping like this color coded kind of a figure comes up on the screen, and it shows changes in, is it brain plasticity? I think it's called. It shows changes in the brain when we meditate in gratitude. But desire, you ever hear the story of the mother who like lifted a car off her daughter? The car had rolled over the daughter, and the mother like lifted the car off the daughter. I mean, in that moment, for that woman to do that, it was superhuman strength. But the desire changed the chemistry in her body somehow, and somehow she was able to do this amazing feat. When you have a desire for something as much as that, yesterday I talked about the story where if you want to succeed as much as you wanted to breathe just now, he said, that's when I'll work with you. Like that's what that millionaire said to that young man. He goes, when you can show me that you have a desire to succeed as much as you had a desire to breathe. And the words desire are just something we throw away. We think desiring is something like you do for the newest iPhone or a new handbag, or, you know, desire, and it's you'll never really properly go after something you don't truly want. So in the very first lesson that we do when people join our academy is we ask them, what is it that you want? Lesson 1 is a deep lesson on goal setting. Like, what is it that you truly want? I've said that up and down the country of Ireland, and I said it in various rooms in Chicago and Michigan and in Canada. I've looked at the screen and I've said, I've looked at the people in the hotel room or the conference center, and I said, I have a quick question to begin the day. What do you want? And people are usually uncomfortable. They're very dumbfounded, and they're like, well, I haven't thought about that before. I mean, I don't really get to think about what I want. I'm just too busy now. I've got to do my job. I got to feed my family. I got to put food in the fridge. I got to make sure that I'm there to take them. Like today now is Wednesday. If we were at home, it'd be, you know, the school run in the morning, but in the school run in the evening, there's about 5 different trips, because you pick one up at 2 p.m. and take her to arts and crafts, and then you pick her up at 3 and drop the other one off at 3, and then pick her up at 4 and drop the other one off at 4 and pick him up at 5. So it's all, you know, that's what I have to do, and that's what June has to do. That's what we have to do. We have to cook, we have to clean, we have to walk the dogs, we have to, you know, do our jobs, all that sort of stuff. There's the accounting, the bookkeeping, there's the laundry, there's all the different things that needs to be done. But when you're doing all of these things at the same time, you don't really have time to sit around and think about, what is it that I truly desire? Like, what do I really, really want? So that's why people are dumbfounded when I ask that question in the seminars, and why people find, you know, they need consultation and going through lesson 1. Surely it would be so easy to take a pen out and just write down what you want, but it's not, because it's been a long time since people have asked themselves that question. And when you start asking yourself on day 1, you might get a few answers. In day 2, you get a few more. In day 3, and now you start expanding your awareness of your own wants. And then what starts to happen is eventually you get really excited about them, and you kind of think, oh, I'm looking at other people in the academy, and they're also getting their results, and they're getting their wants, and you start to really believe in the power that you can go after what you want. So desire is a very, very important part of the equation. I'm going through it at the moment because it's coming into late November, early December, and this is when I start a 5 or 6 week goal setting process. I always publish my goal on the 7th of January. So throughout Christmas, I'll be looking at things and, you know, looking at all the areas of my life, you know, my own energy, my physical fitness, the type of things I want to study in the next year, purchases I'd like to make, you know, maybe do I want to do something to our home? Do we want to do something in the studio? Collaborations I might like to do with other professionals, new suppliers, you know, different people doing different things for the company to bring it to the next level. Sorry if there's a noise in the background there. So it's something that at the early stages you don't like it all that much because it makes you uncomfortable. But desire mixed with the magic wand for others is a very good thing to do. Like when you start doing it for yourself, it can be uncomfortable. Doing it for others is not uncomfortable at all. So, for example, there was a dad carrying his child he had ran up into the bar just a minute ago, and he was carrying him back, but the child's head was here and his legs were there, and the legs were kicking and kicking, and he was screaming, and he was holding his son like this. And he looked at me and he rolled his eyes, and I looked at him and I said, been there, done that, my man. So the son is probably full of sugar from breakfast, a little bit irritated by the heat, you know, sitting by the pool and jumping in and out of the pool isn't doing it for him. He wants to explore and he wants to run around and see what everyone's doing. So the father is running up to get him and bring him back. And that, you know, that little boy's energy, it reminds me of desire, you know. My son Dylan now is like, right, I'm finished. Okay, I'm going to do the pool. Now I'm finished with the pool. I'm going to play soccer. I'm finished with the soccer. Like, he's a ball of energy. And desire is known as the unexpressed possibilities within, seeking expression without, through your actions. So it is the unexpressed possibilities. Sorry, desire is the unexpressed possibilities within, seeking expression without, through your actions. Hang on, I just want to do something very quickly here. I have to open up Zoom for our Academy members. I'm losing everything. Give him a momento. But what I did then when I saw that young man was I did what I wanted to, what I'm asking you guys to do today with the magic wand. I looked at the little boy and I just said, I'm going to send you some calmness. I'm going to send you some nice energy. I'm going to send you some relaxation. And I don't know if it's worked or not, but he seems to be wound down. Maybe he realized I'm not going to win this fight against my dad, so I decided to just relax and just not get all caught up again with crankiness. But did I help him out by sending him some love like that? Who knows? Okay, so I'm back to you here now on StreamYard. Awesome stuff. Cool. All right, so let's look a little more. So blend desire with the magic wand. Blend why you want the thing that you're thinking about with desire. Think a little bit more about desire. So energy flows where your attention goes. So when you direct the energy of the gratitude towards another person's needs, it's where the energy goes. Hang on. There you go. So if you have a family member or a friend or anyone that you care about who's lacking physical health, in financial trouble perhaps, or they're unhappy with their work, or they're stressed, or they're suffering because a relationship has ended, they've lost confidence in themselves, they're suffering from mental problems, or they're feeling down about their life, you can use the invisible force of gratitude to help them with their inner health, wealth, and happiness. I remember a friend of mine asking Bob to speak with him. We were having a 4-hour kind of a private conference. And after an hour and a half, we had a break. And then there was going to be another hour and then a break. And then the first break, she said, Bob, can I talk to you? And she was really worried. I shared a taxi with her from the airport to the hotel. And she was just saying, like, she says, I'm after, it was a similar, story. I got a big old tax bill, and so it was her first time having such a big bill. And she was saying, this can't be right. And she was all up in a heap. She wasn't from Ireland, and she didn't realize the way taxes work and that. And she was like, what? And I have to give this away? And then she didn't really know a lot about it at the time. And she hadn't saved that money at all. So she had a massive, massive bill. And I remember standing halfway up the room. Hello, children. I remember standing halfway up the room, looking back and just sending her love. As I said earlier on, coming to day 24, and let me ask you the same question. Like, how many of these practices did you kind of always instinctively do? Was it something you were always doing all the time? I wonder, just let me know. So yeah, think about somebody today. This is what I'll go to the homework now that Rhonda wants you to do today, so we can talk about it some more. So you always start off by counting your blessings. You do 10 things a day you're grateful for and why you're grateful for them, and then say thank you for each one. But then they also ask you to choose 3 people that you really care about and who you would like to help more than health, wealth, and happiness, or all 3. If you have them, then collect a photograph of each of the 3 people. You can do this very easily on your phone nowadays, or even go into their Facebook account and grab a photograph from there. Keep it in front of you while you do this magic wand practice. Number 4, take one person at a time. Hold their photograph in your hand. Close your eyes, and for 1 minute, visualize this person's health and wealth or happiness being fully restored, and just see yourself even receiving the news that it's been restored. And then you can open your eyes with the photograph still in your hands, and say the magic words, thank you, thank you, thank you for, and name the person. So thank you, thank you, thank you for Jan's health, wealth, and happiness. Thank you so much for Sinead's health, wealth, and happiness. As you're finished with one person, move on to the next and follow the same 2 steps until you finish the magic wand practice for all 3 people. Sandy does a thing every morning where she sends love to people who bother them. I think that's very, very powerful. It's a real, very high level forgiveness, I think, when you do that. Good, you can hear me. I just want to see if you can hear me clearly, and you can. Okay, good. So let's see who's joining me over in the 7 levels of awareness. Okay, great. We've got Aileen over there. Hello. She goes, just looking at the surroundings, it's reminding me of my life in Tenerife and how lucky I was to be living there, but also I miss it. My desired retirement will see me returning there. Good. Very good, Aileen. Very good. Well, you can move here probably. Once you make the decision, it's going to happen. Sounds like you already have. So, to wave your magic wand for another person's health, imagine that this person's health has been fully restored, and say the magic words, thank you, in your heartfelt celebration of receiving the news that he or she is full of health again. You could imagine the person calling you to give you the news, or imagine them telling you in person, and really see and feel the reaction. And that works so much with everything. We were on a call the other day with some of the clients at the academy, and they might be therapists or healers or practitioners, and they'd love to have a full diary full of clients. So what I did was, I said, first of all, my first goal was, I'm so happy and grateful I have 5 clients a day. So happy and grateful I have 5 clients a day. So then somebody challenged me, and they were like, oh, you want clients who show up late? They've got like maybe poor personal hygiene, maybe they don't pay at all, or they'll tell you they'll pay you next week and they don't. Or you want people who be making loads of noise when you're trying to keep a nice calm clinic. And I'm like, okay, I hear you. And they're like, be more specific with the universe, don't be like, I'm so happy and grateful I have 5 people. So instead say, I'm so happy and grateful that I have 5 wonderfully happy clients who get great relief from my acupuncture, and tell everybody about their experience. They refer people to me all the time. My diary is full of amazing clients. In our academy, we have a wonderful group of people who get on well together, support one another. They share each other's pages and businesses on social media. They really root for one another. They form good friendships. And that's straight out of our goal that we wrote last year. Myself, Elena, Megan Dusan, and a gentleman called Adrian, who was with us at the time. We wrote a lovely goal, and our ideal clients were in that goal. And the clients in the academy are an exact representation of that. People who are really serious about making a change. They're willing to go through the difficult moments that can happen when you're studying personal development on a very high level. They ask for help. They're committed to the work. They love the study. So we're hearing that. We're also seeing, one of our dear clients, a gentleman called Michael. He went to a house last week somewhere in Ireland, or 2 weeks ago now, I think it was. And he went in the door, and the lady was like, "Oh, I'm just listening to something here. Do you ever hear this fella, Declan O'Donoghue?" And that's one of the parts of our goal, that everybody in Ireland knows about us, and for good reason. That is just the thing. So when you put it in there as a daily auto suggestion, you start to see it come back. This is law of attraction, that everyone is into law of attraction, but we use it with law of vibration. We tell our subconscious mind. I woke at 4 a.m. and I put in an audio today, and I listened to it for about half an hour and then fell asleep. And when I woke up, it had completed. But it was constant repetition and affirmations, all about a particular subject that I want to really see peace and serenity and calmness and love in. A part of my life that I really want to see just beautifully humming along. Auto suggestion works a lot. So when we think about the ideal clients, or when our clients think about an ideal diary full, you've got to see the people happy that they've been through your business, your service, if you're an artist, you want to see them sending a picture of themselves with your painting or your sculpture in their home. If you're in real estate sales, you want to be able to imagine yourself driving by at Christmas time and seeing all the lights up and the Christmas tree lights up, and just being able to see maybe through a silhouette on the window, children happy, or whatever it may be, like Home Alone. The guys are looking at the big Christmas party going on in the house. You've got to go beyond your sale and what it's going to do for you. You've got to think about what it's going to do for people, what it's going to do for others, what it's going to do for their confidence, regardless of what it is. If you're a tradesperson, we talk about getting into the spirit of your job, like putting your heart into it and doing it in a spirit of excitement and enthusiasm, and doing it with a spirit of, I really want them to get the result. So with the magic wand and with the desire, as I said, that young fellow was having a tantrum this morning. I just sprinkled magic dust, waved the magic wand, and just said, like, I really hope now you can relax and enjoy your morning. And we're still those parents that look and kind of go, oh, bless him, he's tired, whereas you can see other people who are not at that stage of life are like, oh, for God's sake, I didn't come here to listen to children crying, but he had his reasons, and it is what it is. He's a child, he's letting it out, whereas the adults bottle it up a bit. So Bernie's here from Antigua. Wow, look at you. I can't believe it's day 24 already. Thank you for your time doing this. Lots of love, Ella. Thank you too, Ella, for your kind words. Okay, so let's hear from some more from Rhonda here. So she says, today, choose 3 people you care about who are currently in need of health, wealth, and happiness. Get a photograph from each person if you have one. Keep the practice of the photographs in front of you, and while you're doing this practice, take the first person, hold the photograph in your hand, and then close your eyes, and for 1 minute visualize yourself receiving news that the person has been fully restored with whatever they need. it is much easier to visualize yourself receiving the news than it is to visualize, for example, an ill person healthy again, or a depressed person happy again, or a financially stressed out person abundant again. Feel yourself more excited about the gratitude if you involve yourself in the visualization. That is absolutely it, 100% it. I remember driving back from the Wim Hof retreat and just feeling just a little bit of anxiety about what about if something happened that we couldn't travel. And then I just saw myself on the holiday, and I just knew it was a done deal. I could feel, I got a shiver up my back. I could feel myself getting on that plane. And then when the plane took off, I had this moment of, and relief. And the same going back now that everything works out nice and smoothly for us. You go to the wish fulfilled, you visualize it, and you feel into it. Like, that girl, Aideen, is going to be back here, no problem. She's made a decision, she's going to be there. All she has to do is see herself living here and sprinkle magic dust on it. And I mean that for anyone. This works not just for day 24 of the Magic Book, not just because it's a kind of a random personal development video today. This is like the be all and end all of manifestation and affirmation and visualization, is living in the wish fulfilled, assuming that it's a done deal, and getting the hell out of the way and stop blocking it with worry, doubt, fear, stress, anxiety. Enjoy it. Take a step every day. You're in charge. You are the designer of your new life, but you're not the creator of it. You really have to design it, but you can't create it. It's not you at all. It's the universe. It's God. It's other collaborators. Like today, there's a woman called Ansu. She works in the accountancy firm that I use, and she's been working away on my behalf all week. I'm sure we pay for their service, but it feels like more than that. When I ask her about, oh, did we put in the invoice for that? She goes like, yep, I've that noted under personal services. Okay, thank you. And like, she knows my business inside and out, and she cares about it, and you can feel that. There's a young gentleman, he works with an investment company I'm working with, and he's looking at, he's doing stuff on our behalf. He's off Mondays, but he still does stuff on our behalf. There's people that I did not know who've lined up to collaborate to help me. Okay, maybe I pay them. It doesn't matter. They're professional service people that I've attracted into my life. Like, I was doing all this on my own at one time, and I was in my acupuncture clinic, and I was getting a bit stressed out. It was too hard to do everything, and I was worried about money and stuff. And I went into the clinic and put my hands like this, and I goes, please send me someone that can help me. And that evening, I was walking from my mother and father's house across the short little journey across the road to my granny's house, where I was living at the time. And +4400, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a stupid sales call now. I was like, hello. She was like, hello, Declan. And I was like, who is this? It's Laura. And I was like, Laura, jeepers, I haven't talked to you in ages. And within 2 days, she was working for me and is the perfect person. Like, I messaged her last night. She went back to her room. I was like, thanks for being like such a really nice person to be on holidays with. I got my family love her. We all get on great. It's a wonderful friendship, a wonderful relationship to have. And how did it all start? Well, why did she get a little intuition to ring me that night? Was it because I went in and said, please give me the best person for the job? I was in an interview process in, I think it was May, and there was 3 ladies lined up to do an interview with myself, and Laura had done a process where other people were filtered out and was down to 3. And that morning I was lying in bed. I wasn't actually feeling too good. I can't remember what was going on at the time, but I remember thinking, okay, I got these 3 videos to do. The calls were all back to back, like 11 to half 11, half 11 to 12. And I said, please make the most obvious person for the job. Just please make the most obvious person for the job shine on these calls. And we had 3 wonderful calls, and the person that shone the most is our dear friend Ernestine. It just became a no-brainer. Laura was like, yeah, I thought you'd say that. We hit it off straight away, and she's such a great asset to the company now, and the clients, and can't do enough for people. Definitely puts her heart into everything she does. So I want you to think about that as well. Think about the outcome that you want. I wanted somebody that would be nice to be around, understand the way I think, the way I work. And that's the way we do it. We attract people who line up with our values. They treat people really well. They expect different things from me as a leader. They think that I'm going to be like different behind the scenes and with a big, huge baseball bat saying, come on, where are the sales? But all I do is encourage them to be the best they can be with their mindset, develop themselves in our company, and use their ever-increasing ability of confidence to help people, help them to find their own personal development journey. Just serve them. Don't think about selling anything, just serve them. Because I think of the outcomes, I think of people who are having the best possible result in their business, the peace of mind that's giving them. If one of my team was an asshole to them in a call, they probably wouldn't have become a member of the academy, and now they're doing great things and that makes them feel very fulfilled in life. And that's what my company stands for. I want other families in Ireland to experience what I'm experiencing now, little moments where the children just kind of surrounded me at breakfast and getting all kisses, and they're like, "Thanks for a holiday, Dad." I couldn't like afford anything a few years ago, and it really, really was very hard on my mental health. So you've got to start thinking about these people, your customers, your clients, your prospects, and think about the outcome that your life brings to them. It is such a missing link. And I've seen people double, triple, go 15 times their income with that energy. They're badass business people, but they know there's more to them. They know there's a missing link. And they'll come to a seminar or something, they'll sign up, they'll do our program, and then they expect, perhaps the version of them that signs up perhaps expect that my success is based on being more disciplined and more tougher on yourself. And in fact, it's not the opposite, but it's a different form of self-love where yes, you're disciplined with your work, and yes, you're focused on things. When you're on, you're on, but when you're off, you're thinking about it with the magic wand. You're thinking about the results with desire, with when everything you have in your home, you desired it in some way. You wanted it, you needed it, you didn't think, oh, how much, you just went out and got it. And it was fueled by a little bit of desire, and it just took your mind. It's like, okay, I need a new car, I need a new car, I need a new car. You can't get it out of your mind. Its desire is expressing itself through you. Well, when you stop doing that for just every old thing, okay, we need a new kitchen table, that one's gone gaudy now from the kids scraping it and scribbling on it, let's get a new one. It's then new table, new table, new table, new table, and it's in. The desire is the driving force. Gotta get it. I thought I was Zinedine Zidane the other day. The ball was midair. I went to volley it, and I felt a little pop in my hip. And then, the way an injury doesn't really manifest until the next day. Then I went out and played five-a-side soccer with a load of other dads from the resort, and we, of course, were very competitive. We didn't hold back, and it was like 9-9 was the score. It was end to end. I got such a respect for footballers that play in the sun. Oh my God, the heat is nuts. Trying to get your breath, it's so hard to play in the heat and humidity. But I really hurt my leg then, and I've been limping around the resort since. And it's the adductor muscle here in the front and the glute in the back on the left-hand side. And I've been grateful for my health. I've been so grateful for my health. I've been grateful, because when you feel one part is gone, you can just see and be so grateful. There's a wonderful community here on holidays together, and they're from the deaf community. And I'm so grateful for sign language. I'm grateful for the companies or the communities that brought them together. I'm grateful to see them there. And you think about magic, you can do it everywhere. You can do it with anything, all of the time. So remember, this extra blending today that Rhonda Byrne has introduced to us in day 24 is blending your expression of magic thoughts with desire for the outcome, desire for the wish fulfilled. I want to see people wearing Patricia's ethical clothing, and I think of the people earning money because she's put in hundreds of thousands of orders. I want to see her happy that people are wearing her design, her clothing. I got one hoodie from her, and it's really amazing quality. We're going to get our brand just changed a little bit on it, and then have them in our team or in our back office or whatever for buying them. I don't know, but I want to see Joanna. I want to see people saying, "Oh my God, I love my house that she's designed and my office she's designed." I want to see people taking selfies with Amanda's book and Yelena's book and other people's books, Pat Cosgrove's book, all over the world. I want to see people saying, "This was purchased for me for Christmas and I read it and I loved it," to see their testimonials coming up. I want to see people, talking about their skin and their digestive system, and everything is improved from doing some work with Megan on their nutrition. I want to see, I think of the outcomes of the businesses and what can I do to help my client, my teammate, what can I do to help them to be part of the success of their clients, So that's the magic wand, and the desire makes it that little bit extra special. Someone shared something very powerful here. Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. I'm really glad that you know about that. Who is that person? And then somebody obviously must have fallen and hit their head on the shower this morning, and because they said, "Lovely blue sky, Declan. A pity about the jersey." Yeah, listen, I'm really sorry that you obviously had some sort of a head injury this morning. I hope it's okay. I might get some ice instead of putting it on your head, pour it down your back. Let me know who that was. It's a funny comment. Sure, look, it's Mr. Huey. Finally, Huey, about 5 weeks after the trouncing at Old Trafford, we're finally seeing you come back. You're peeking out again from under the duvet. Good to see you, man. I hope you're well. Like that's an example, you know, this man rang me about a year ago, actually, Huey, and it was about 5 or 6 weeks before that I made a decision that, you know, I wouldn't be taking calls, that anybody who wanted to maybe go ahead and join the academy would talk to one of the team. And but I just felt something really nice about him, and I answered the call, and I got on Instagram. We had a quick chat anyway, and I started thinking about him after the call, and I gave him some direction. And then he was like, "Look, if I'm going to do this, I think I'd love my girlfriend to do it as well, Elaine." And sometimes when people say that, it's almost like they're afraid to grow, and they kind of want to talk to somebody at home. So the person at home will say, "No, you're not doing that." But I don't know, I had a good feeling about it as well. I was like, "Look, I want you to do it for you. And of course, look, we'll welcome another client, you'd make an extra sale, blah, 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 all that kind of stuff," which never enters my mind, because if I do, it's not about me then, or it's not about the client, it's about me. So I honestly don't. I could have looked at it that way, but I looked at it as though, look, if I'm going to have a call with her, and if I feel it's the right thing, then let's do it as a couple for sure. But if it's not, I'll tell you. So I had a great chat with her as well. And when I think back to those people, and around that time, I remember just being as honest as I always am, and just saying, absolutely, you should do it. Just listening to the two of you, you should do this. And even more so her, because Huey, I think, had been probably watching a lot of this stuff before, and I think he just needed clarity and needed to know how to use it. But with Elaine, I could see she had big dreams and big passions. So all I was doing, and every time I talked to her, she was still in a job. She was thinking about going out working on her own, and you know, to be there and hold that space for somebody when she's young, she's not ready, she's got a mom and dad, or they're going to be like, "Hang on a minute now, is this fella talking her out of a job and getting into some mad ideas?" You know, so you have to be in the dream kind of state. You have to be thinking, what's the best thing for her? Well, she told you she wants to work for herself, and she wants to have a company, and she wants to enjoy what she does every day. And I was like, well, if that's what she wants, think about her wanting it. And I started thinking about her, you know, selling her products online and sharing results with us, and that's what's happened, you know. So that's what I would suggest. I would never ask you to do anything that I'm not prepared to do. And you know, if I'm sitting, it was Elaine and Dusan, they've often heard me tell the story. You know, they were not from the country of Ireland. They were living here for I think it was a year and a half or 2 years. They had a certain amount of savings, and here was this fella that, you know, had literally just walked into a seminar, heard me talk, got a good feeling about me and my ethics, I suppose, and my vision, and went home and said, "I think we should do this," you know. And then for me to be there, and they're like, "Look, we just have a little baby, and it's a lot of money," knowing what it's going to do for them, for me to sit there and go, "Look, you can do that if you want, but I think you'll be making an error, and you know, this will help you to get to the next level in life." But if I didn't use the magic wand and sprinkle desire, I wanted her to see her mom and dad the happiest they could ever be. And I think that they will both say they've experienced that. I want to see them building their dream home, and that's going to happen in the next few months. So when I sit there and I listen to their wants and hopes and desires, and I see their fear and their paradigm trying to hold them back, if I'm in my own head going, okay, what's the best line to use? I am not serving those people. So I sprinkle Rhonda's magic dust with the magic wand, and I go, I straight away see them in their home, happy. Their daughter's like 5 or 6 now, and she's probably taller than her mummy, or 7 or 8 or 9. And seeing how their life progresses down to yes, more things they've done, but that one call was a big instigator of that. The same with our clients that you're seeing here. The magic is strong and powerful, so definitely use it that way and blend it in the right way, and do it with the right intention and with the right energy. Now I will see how we're doing here. Battery wise, I have 20%. Cool. So I'm going to bring the meeting to an end, and for everybody who is on Facebook in the academy, I'm going to do a coaching a few minutes now over on Zoom. So I would say I'm not going to stream it back into Facebook. I'm going to go into Zoom, and there might be some people waiting there to ask some questions. So if you have any questions today, please pop on over to Zoom. For everybody who's here, it's an 8 o'clock session tomorrow morning. The magnificent, fantastic, wonderful Megan Casey is going to take you through day 25 tomorrow. And let's have a little look ahead to see what it is. Day number 25 is called Cue the Magic. So it's a game that you play with the universe. So it's like we talk about it in lesson 6 of the Academy, life as a movie. So anyway, we'll be doing it more in the masterclass next week. To finish off, everybody, welcome to our group. If you're new and you're wondering what this is about, we're doing a 28-day practice called the Magic, and it's all about gratitude. But the real big stuff starts on Sunday. Sunday at 7 p.m. I'll be live for day 1 of the 7 Levels of Awareness Masterclass. Make sure that you are connected to your success advisor. Make sure that you're booking off 7 till 8:30 p.m. every single day. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday we conclude. Sunday to Thursday. Make sure that you've booked 7 to 8:30 off every night, because you are going to love the energy of being live with us every night. It's the only thing I'm really looking forward to about getting home. Yes, to see my dogs as well and my family, but I'm excited about being back in that office and being on that masterclass and feeling the energy bursting off the screen as people are just going. All right, so take care, everyone, and thanks for watching today, and we'll talk to you. Tomorrow is Megan, and on Friday at 1, myself or somebody else will be doing Friday at 1, and then Saturday is Megan, and then I'm back to do the last day, 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon. See you then.